Text is an important component of most diagrams. In Visio 2013, you can insert text in a number of different ways, using text boxes, shapes, or pop-ups. This video tutorial will show you how to use all three tools in your diagram. So if I would like to add text to this diagram, I can come here under Insert. I also have a quick text box here, but I'm going to come under Insert to have some different options. So I click here on the Insert ribbon, and then I come here where it says Text Box. So I can decide if the text is going to be shown vertically or horizontally. I would like a horizontal text box, here at the top. And I'm just going to enter the title here. So I'm going to say Network Setup. I can push Enter. And as you can see, I could enter more lines of text under here, and the box will adjust to the size that I need. I'm going to keep just that text. When I click outside of the text, it deselects it, and it brings me back into my full view here. So now I would like to make it just a little bit bigger here. So I'm going to double click to select my text. I'm going to come back to the home page, and I'm going to change the size of the text right here. So I'm going to make it just a little bit bigger because it's our title. I'm going to click outside to deselect it. I can also here, when I click on it, it becomes kind of like a shape. So here I can see it's selected because I have these little boxes, and I can move this to the location that I would like. So I'll put it right here in the middle. Let's see. Here we go. Now I can also put text inside a shape. So over here I have a shape, but if I click on the shape here, so once I've selected the shape here, it's a little bit tricky. I can start writing here within the shape. And I can say cloud, for example. I'll put it all in capital letters so we can see it. And I push Enter. So then if I want to deselect, I just click anywhere outside of the cloud. There we go. And you can see that my text has been saved inside the shape itself. So now we've seen two different ways to add text, but let's say that I would like to add the text that I see when I hover over something. So even within my menus here, if I hover over fill, you can see I have a little tip that shows up here. It pops up when I hover over something. So let's say I would like to do that for one of the items here within my diagram. When someone moves their mouse, I want them to see text just when they hover over the item. So I'm going to come up here to Insert again. Now I have my Insert ribbon open here. And the screen tip is right here, but I can't select it because I haven't selected a shape to associate with it. So I'm just going to pick one of these computers here. It brings me to the network to see how they're all connected. I want to click the object here, the computer. And then you can see that once I've selected something, then the screen tip pops back up here. So I'm going to click here on screen tip, and I'm going to say, remember, no food or drinks. There we go. Exclamation point. And then I click OK here. So if I deselect the computer and I can move my mouse all around the document, you can see I get these arrows here, which is going to let me select an object. You can see my tip right here that says, remember, no food or drinks, the screen tip that we just added. So that's another option that you have for adding text. I can also remove the text on the screen if I would like. So let's say I don't like the title here where it says Network Setup. I'm going to select it just by clicking on it once. And then I'm just going to push the Delete key on my keyboard. And it disappears. We have a couple of different options that you can change in terms of how you would like to insert text. If you want to look at some of those settings, you can click here on File. And then you come down here where it says Options. So we have this screen tip style here, which you can change the settings for here, depending on how you want to use those screen tips that we looked at. And if we look here under Advanced Options, you have a spot here to automatically zoom. So here, if the text is smaller than 8 points, it's going to automatically zoom in closer so that you can see what you're entering. I'm going to go ahead and make that a little bit bigger. I think even at 10 points, I can't necessarily read what I'm doing without the zoom. So I'm going to go ahead and add that zoom here. And then when I'm happy with my changes, I can scroll down a little bit and look through some of the other options if I would like to be a little bit pickier about my parameters. And then I'm going to click here to save my changes. So now you know a little bit more about inserting text in Visio 2013.